to the Speeding Bulletin. My name is Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com. This is all the Superman related news there was for the week July 17th to July 23rd, 2009. In movie news, The Hollywood Reporter published an article that reveals that comic book writers Geoff Johns, Grant Morrison and Marv Wolfman have all been employed by Warner Brothers as consultants and writers to oversee its DC Comics superhero movie projects. The article goes on to list a number of films that the WB currently have in the pipeline, and amongst them is something titled Bizarro Superman, which is being written by Galaxy Quest scribes David Howard and Robert Gordon. In an article about the ongoing Superman copyright legal battle, the Times Online spoke to writer Mark Millar, who at one point had pitched the Superman movie trilogy to Warner Brothers with the backing of big-name director. Millar reveals that his director friend was Matthew Vaughn, director of films such as Layer Cake and Stardust, who is currently collaborating with Mark Millar for the movie adaptation of Kick-Ass. Last Sun, the new independent documentary film about Superman creators Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, will screen at this 2009 Comic-Con International Independent Film Festival on Saturday, July 25th from 7:35 in room 26AB. Smallville has received a nomination for the 61st Primetime Emmy Awards. The show's sound editing team has been nominated in the Outstanding Sound Editing for a Series category for the Season 8 episode Bloodline. The 61st Primetime Emmy Awards, hosted by Neil Patrick Harris, will air on September 20th on CBS. The LA Times reports that Warner Brothers are giving away custom room keys from a range of their TV shows, including Smallville, for attendees of the San Diego Comic-Con. Fans will also be able to use the cards to download a free episode of one of the shows spotlighted, or they'll get the motion comic book Superman Red Sun. EW's Michael Osiello clears up some confusion regarding romantic ties in Season 9 of Smallville. He says it's a full tilt Clois, meaning Clark and Lois, but says they will touch on Lois and Oliver, but it won't be anything significant. While TV Guide magazine has an article that gives a few details on the villains for the 9th season of Smallville. This season's main villain is Zod. The producers of the show said, "We're introducing him as Major Zod. This is before he became General Zod." Over the course of the season, the venomous side of Zod rises because he experiences a few key betrayals with our beloved characters. TV Guide's Megabuzz column gives us a little bit more information on Chloe's role in Season 9. They say Chloe continues to process her role in Jimmy's death and deal with the resulting pangs of guilt. How will she ever make things right? Watch for Miss Sullivan to pour herself into her role as Watchtower like never before. Don't forget, Season 9 premieres on Friday, September 25th on the CW. Superman homepage reviewer James Lance continues reviewing episodes of the 1950s Adventures of Superman TV series. Check out his review of Season 1's The Haunted Lighthouse, in which Jimmy Olsen is in the middle of a haunting mystery. In comic book news, TFAW.com are giving away 10 free subscriptions to Superman Secret Origin, the upcoming Superman Origin written by Geoff Johns with art by Gary Frank. Chronicling Clark Kent's journey from the cornfields of Smallville to the skyscrapers of Metropolis, you'll witness a whole new look at the beginnings of Lex Luthor, the Legion of Superheroes, Lois Lane, Metallo, Jimmy Olsen, the Parasite and more. Enter the sweepstakes at TFAW.com. DC Comics released their October 2009 solicitations this week, and we highlighted for you all the Superman-related comic books and products soon to be released. Of special mention was the first issue of a new 4-issue miniseries called World's Finest, and the first issue of James Robinson's run on Justice League of America with issue number 38. The 11th episode of From Crisis to Crisis podcast is now available to listen to. This week Jeff and Mike finish off the Superman books from cover date August 1987 by looking at Adventures of Superman 431 and Superman Annual Number 1. Superman comic books we reviewed this week included Action Comics 879, which was reviewed by Adam DeChannel, who called this issue a big fat mess, and he gave it a score of 1 out of 5. Superman Batman number 62 was reviewed by Michael Bailey, who gave it a 3 out of 5, saying, "The real problem is that there is no dramatic tension in this story." While Barry Fryman, who reviewed Wednesday Comics number 2, isn't warming to the Superman strip, saying, "This isn't a World's Finest strip, it's Superman." Super Friends number 17 was also reviewed by Adam DeChannel, who gave it a rare 5 out of 5, saying, "The story was pretty good and even linked to a previous issue." While Kevin Hollander looked back to May 1987 and reviewed Superman number 5, which he rated a 4 out of 5. Superman comic shipping this week from July 22nd include Final Crisis Legion of Three Worlds number 5, which is also available in an alternate cover, Supergirl number 43, Wednesday Comics number 3, and Superman Chronicles Volume 7 trade paperback. A small quantity of Siegel and Schuster Society t-shirts are still available after the historical events that took place earlier this month in Cleveland, Ohio. All profits go directly to the Siegel and Schuster Society to help fund future projects, so get yours now. MixMixedMedia.com caught up with author Brad Meltzer during the Screaming Tiki-Con in Cleveland, Ohio, to talk to him about the restoration of the house where Jerry Siegel lived when he co-created Superman. You can watch the video interview at MixMixedMedia.com. During the recent Screaming Tiki Supercon, family members of both Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster participated in a Q&A panel with fans to celebrate the creation of Superman in the place where he was born, Cleveland. You can watch a 3-part video of the panel at wolfpackentertainment.com. Sony Online Entertainment has launched a DC Universe Online BFF promotion which lets eligible participants submit a video of up to 30 seconds to explain why they would like to virtually meet, fight and become BFFs with their chosen character in-game. Further details are available by visiting myspace.com/DCUO. Superman homepage reviewer James Lance continues reviewing story arcs from the Superman radio series. This week James examines Dead Men Tell No Tales, in which Superman's costume is stolen from Clark Kent's apartment. DC Comics artist Jim Lee, who is an executive creative director on the upcoming DC Universe Online video game, talks on camera about his job and what Sony Online Entertainment are trying to achieve visually with the game. You can watch the video online at the official DC Universe Online website and read his blog entry at their MySpace page. Also, for those attending the San Diego Comic-Con, Sony Online Entertainment has announced a special DCUO fan event which will be held this Saturday night at 7 PM. SupermanSuperstore.com are once again offering a 10% discount to Speeding Bulletin fans this week. All you have to do is make a purchase via SupermanSuperstore.com between July 24th and July 30th and use this week's code word, which is Smallville, to receive a 10% discount on the total of your purchase. And that's all the Superman related news there was for the week July 17th to July 23rd. I'm Steve Younis from SupermanHomepage.com.
San Diego. I will not be attending, but we will have a couple of emissaries from what I'm told. This is very awesome. Yeah, this year I'm boycotting because of the Twilight panel. No, not really, although that would be absolutely the case if I had any thinking that I couldn't avoid it. But no, it's actually financed this year, but I'm saving up. Things are going well, and I'm looking at New York and San Diego next year, and I hope to go and see all you guys and do a nice big Superman homepage meetup and lunch, because it's been too long in the coming. It's been about a year since I've seen folks, but this will be my first year without San Diego in 2, and it's the critics are right. It's not really a comic book con anymore. It's more of kind of this crazed multimedia orgy that never ends. But nonetheless, I wish I could be there, and I'm going to miss you guys, and I hope the guys that do go have a really great time, as long as you don't dress up as the she-male Lex Luthor or the Metallo with the actual anatomical parts. You know, keep it safe and sane. You guys know how to do it. Have fun!
Bailey Planet is sponsored by Gibbo.